She looks into her past for inspiration.
The photo of my father is when he's 19 years old, and it was taken by my mother for a class project when she took photography at college. You know, growing up knowing that how much I look like my father too, but being a female, and decided to, yes, duplicate the photo. So I went out and got the whole outfit. I went to Target and got a pocket tee from the boys section and painted the white stripes on it since I couldn't find a white stripe or a navy striped shirt. And got the same desert flowers in front of me and just made that same gesture, made that same pose as my father, and then placed it next to it. The only thing that I wanted missing from this photo is the mustache, the signifier of male, you know, machismo that was missing from my side. The piece when you enter the exhibition is actually of myself and my father's hands. So to me, that's a second story to the diptych of myself and my father. Besides looking similar in the facial structure, we also have very similar hands. So that was an interesting piece to make on making our hands into one pair.
Carlee was born in Santa Ana, California.
Well, it's definitely been through the back door sort of experience. He was a child of immigrants, my father, so he tried his best to assimilate himself and become American. And from that, I think I named my son Xavier after my grandfather, you know, on my Mexican side of the family. So I don't think I would have if that hadn't happened. And actually, for my next body of work, I plan to go down to Mexico and go visit where, you know, my family's from. But taking that, I have a second son who I had to carry on the tradition of naming grandfathers, so went with the other side, which is of English and German descent. So his name is William.
Push the boundaries of portraiture.
Taina Caragol is a curator at the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery.
These are all photographs from the Men series, where Carlee has downloaded from the internet photographs of men she admires. These are all male artists she admires, musicians, sculptors, writers, and she has scaled their photographs or photographs of objects that symbolize them to her own body, and she photographs herself with those photographs, interacting with them and rehearsing different forms of relating to these different men. So this is a sculptor, Franz West, for example, the Austrian sculptor who made a lot of sculptures that were really anti-monumental. That's one of his sculptures, for example. And this is Bruce Dickinson, the musician from Iron Maiden. And something that Carlee admires very much about these men is their boldness. She says that she would very much like to be able to embody that quality for herself. And this is a way for her to try to approach that.
In her bear studies and man collections, she tries to merge herself with a fierce beast.
So when I was making the bear suit, I would be working on a stool in my studio, and I would just leave all the scraps on the ground. And funny that some of them were disappearing because my dog was actually eating them. And, but then there were some left. And it was just these little pieces, slivers of bear hair with a piece of skin or leather on the back. You know, with my work on trying to fit these objects together and, you know, being a simple gesture of using my nostrils, and how that simple gesture of just putting these little brushes of bear hair in my nose, how it can mean so much, and how you can change yourself from a female to a male just with those simple, little gestures of, is that a man or a woman?
Carlee Fernandez defines herself as a sculptor, although photography is often her medium of choice.
My work is a result of my life experiences, and it's, instead of writing them down in a book, I'm putting them, in a photograph, in a sculpture. And, this is the result of my life experiences. I also enjoy the viewer to feel very comfortable with my work, to see objects that are very familiar to you, but presented in a different way to make you question this new object that is created from these two familiar objects. I want you to visually enjoy what you see. That's definitely very important to me as a visual artist.
Artist Carlee Fernandez, creating portraiture to be enjoyed by viewers for generations to come.